Today on TimesCast, the 112th Congress arrives on Capitol Hill.
Smile, Bobby!
And John Boehner is officially the new Speaker of the House. And gadget geeks gather in Las Vegas for the Consumer Electronics Show.
The people voted to end business as usual, and today we begin to carry out their instructions.
John Boehner was sworn in as the new Speaker of the House on Wednesday, showing a touch of emotion and a sense of the discipline that he says he will instill over the new Republican majority in Congress. He said again and again he wants to restore trust to the People's House.
This is their Congress. It's about them, not about us.
Speaker John Boehner promised to learn the lessons from the 1994 ultimately failed Republican majority as he instills fiscal discipline on this class of Republicans. He promises to slash the budget and rein in spending. Of course, this all becomes much more difficult now that governing begins and campaigning is over.
94 new House members arrived on Capitol Hill for their first day on the job, filled with enthusiasm.
Hey, Bobby. Good.
This day has sort of a linear narrative from happiness and pomp and circumstance to sort of underlying hostility and conflict between the newly empowered Republicans and the Democrats who have lost their power. The first thing that new members did was pick up their license plate and their member pin and their voting card and show their families around the Capitol. You had little boys in ties and lots of people from all over the country, many of whom have never been in the Capitol for the first time.
Hey, smile. Can you smile? Smile!
And then after the swearing in, things started to step up both on the House and the Senate side as both sides started to contemplate new rules packages that would greatly empower the majority in each side. And in particular on the House side, there were a lot of rules that would have impact on the budget process that has already inflamed the Democrats and made the Republicans feel like this is the way they're going to show that they're fulfilling their promises to the voters. And underlying all of this is a plan for next week to repeal the health care law, which is a signature issue for both sides. So what you're really seeing today is sort of the setting of the stage for a lot of conflict and a very sort of raucous 112th Congress.
And in Las Vegas, it's gadget geek heaven as the Consumer Electronics Show begins.
Afternoon, TimesCast watchers. Sam Grobart here in sunny but not particularly warm Las Vegas, Nevada. Home as usual to the Consumer Electronics Show. After 2 years where you had an industry that looked like a deer in headlights when facing a down economy, CES seems to be regaining some of its swagger. Hotels are said to be packed, parties are going to be more lavish, and some are saying this could be one of the biggest shows of all time.
We are expecting to do a ton of business.
As you may have seen in my video earlier this week, tablets are on everybody's mind at this year's CES, and many of those new models are going to feature an improved version of Google's Android operating system. Although we should expect to see new models featuring work from Microsoft, RIM, and others. By the end of this week, let me tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if Nabisco announced a tablet this year. But the other big story this year, of course, is TV and the continuing battle for the living room, as tech and media companies continue to hook up and spawn new devices and platforms that hopefully will unify our TV and internet viewing habits. Thing is, the details remain hazier than a bad hangover. I mean, sure, everybody's heard about Google TV and Netflix streaming, but no company has managed to come up with that magic formula that's really going to appeal to the masses. And of course, there's going to be a whole host of other new products, from new and more powerful laptops to exciting smartphones and a whole bunch of other things that the industry really hopes will cause people to run out, open up their pocketbooks, and spark a new day to what has really been an uneasy past couple of years.
Join us again tomorrow for TimesCast.